In a small village nestled between the rolling hills and lush forests of eastern Africa, lived a young couple, Janet and Tyler. They were known for their love and hard work. Janet was a beautiful woman with bright eyes and a kind heart. Tyler was a strong and diligent farmer, respected by everyone in the village. Their life seemed perfect, except for one problem: Tyler's mother, Mama Adwoa. Mama Adwoa was an old, stubborn woman who believed in strict traditions. She had raised Tyler alone after his father passed away, and she was very protective of him. When Tyler married Janet, Mama Adwoa moved into their small home, and trouble began. Janet tried her best to respect Mama Adwoa, but the old woman was never satisfied. Every day, Mama Adwoa found something to criticize. She would complain about Janet's cooking, the way she cleaned the house, and even how she spoke to Tyler. Janet felt like she could do nothing right. One hot afternoon, after a long day in the fields, Tyler came home to find Janet sitting outside, looking upset. She had tears in her eyes. "Tyler, we need to talk," Janet said softly. Tyler sat beside her, worried. "What is it, my love?" "It's your mother," Janet began. "I've tried to be patient, but she is making my life unbearable. Today, she insulted me in front of the neighbors. I can't live like this anymore." Tyler sighed. He loved his mother, but he also loved his wife. He knew he had to do something. "I will talk to her, Janet. Please be patient." Tyler went inside to find Mama Adwoa sitting on a wooden stool, peeling yams. "Mama, we need to talk," he said gently. Mama Adwoa looked up. "What is it, Tyler? You need to treat Janet with more respect," Tyler said firmly. "She is my wife, and she deserves to be happy in her own home," Mama Adwoa scoffed. "Respect? She doesn't know how to take care of you. I'm only trying to help." "Help? By making her cry every day?" Tyler's voice rose. "This is not help, Mama. This is making our home unhappy." Mama Adwoa looked at him, but said nothing. Tyler left the room, hoping his words had made an impact. The next day, things seemed better. Mama Adwoa was quiet, and Janet tried to stay positive. By the evening, Mama Adwoa was back to her old ways, criticizing everything Janet did. Janet couldn't take it anymore. In a fit of anger, she packed Mama Adwoa's belongings and placed them outside the house. When Tyler returned, he was shocked to see his mother sitting on a pile of bags, looking furious. "What is going on?" Tyler demanded. "I can't do this anymore, Tyler," Janet cried. "Your mother has to leave. I need peace in my own home." Mama Adwoa stood up, her face turned red with anger. "You ungrateful girl. After everything I have done for you and Tyler." Tyler was torn. He loved his mother, but he also understood the pain of Janet. He knew he had to make a difficult decision. Tyler stood there, torn between the two women he loved most in the world. He took a deep breath and see Mama Adwoa. "Mama," he said softly, "I love you and I am grateful for everything you have done for me. But Janet is my wife, and she deserves to feel at home here. Please, let us find a way to live in peace." Mama Adwoa looked at her son, her eyes soft. "Tyler, I only want what is best for you. But if my presence here causes so much pain, maybe it is time for me to leave." Tyler was relieved and saddened at the same time. "Mama, we will find a solution. You don't have to leave the village. Maybe we can build a small house for you nearby. This way, we can still be close, and Janet can have some peace." Mama Adwoa nodded slowly. "All right, Tyler. If that is what you think is best." The next few days were busy. Tyler and some villagers worked hard to build a small house for Mama Adwoa on the edge of the village. Janet helped too, hoping this change would bring peace to their family. When the house was finally ready, Mama Adwoa moved in. It was a modest home, but it was comfortable and close enough for Tyler to visit her often. Janet felt a huge weight lift off her shoulders. She hoped that with a bit of distance, her relationship with Mama Adwoa could improve. Life began to settle into a new routine. Tyler visited his mother every day, helping her with anything she needed. Janet focused on her home and her small garden, feeling more relaxed than she had in a long time. One evening, as the sun set over the village, Tyler and Janet sat outside their house, watching the stars appear in the sky. "Tyler, do you think things will be better now?" Janet asked, leaning against his shoulder. "I hope so, Janet," Tyler replied, wrapping his arm around her. "I believe that with time, Mama will see that this was the best decision for all of us." Janet smiled, feeling a sense of hope. She promised herself that she would continue to show kindness and patience, hoping that one day Mama Adwoa would see her as a daughter. Mama Adwoa sat by the window in her new home, watching the same stars. She missed those days when Tyler was a little boy, but she also realized that it was time to let him grow and live his own life. She hoped that in the coming days, she could find a way to make peace with Janet and be part of their family again. A few weeks passed, and the village seemed calmer. Janet's smile returned, and Tyler felt more at ease. However, the tension between Janet and Mama Adwoa was still present, lingering like a shadow over their lives. One day, Janet decided to visit Mama Adwoa. She carried a basket of fresh vegetables from her garden as a peace offering. As she approached the small house, her heart pounded. She knocked on the door, and after a moment, Mama Adwoa opened it, surprised to see her. "Janet," Mama Adwoa said, her voice cautious. "What brings you here?" "I brought some vegetables from the garden," Janet replied, trying to smile. "I thought you might like them." Mama Adwoa looked at the basket and then at Janet. She steps aside and allow her in. "Thank you. Please come in." The two women sat in awkward silence for a few moments. Finally, Janet spoke. "Mama Adwoa, I know things are changed between us. I want us to try and understand each other better. For Tyler's sake and for ours." Mama Adwoa, her face soft. "Janet, I admit I have been harsh. It is hard for me to let go. Tyler is only my son, and I have always been the one to take care of him." "I understand," Janet said. "But Tyler and I need to build our own life together. We want you a part of our life, but we also need space." Mama Adwoa nodded slowly. "I see that now. I was too focused on my own fears and didn't consider how it affected you." Janet go closer and took Mama Adwoa's hand. "Let's try to move forward. Although we don't have to immediately become best friends, we can start with mutual respect and comprehension." Janet's hand was clasped by Mama Adwoa, who smiled slightly. "I would like that, Janet. Thank you for coming." As Janet left Mama Adwoa's house, she felt a sense of relief. In the days that followed, Mama Adwoa and Janet made efforts to get along. Mama Adwoa began to appreciate Janet's hard work and dedication, while Janet learned more about Mama Adwoa's past and the struggles she had faced raising Tyler alone. One afternoon, as the village prepared for the annual harvest festival, Tyler noticed a change. Mama Adwoa and Janet were working together, laughing and chatting like old friends. It was a sight he had longed to see. The festival was a grand affair, with music, dancing, and feasting. The villagers gathered around a large fire, sharing stories and enjoying the food. Tyler watched as Janet and Mama Adwoa sat together, their faces glowing in the firelight. He felt a warmth in his heart, knowing that his family was finally finding its way to peace. As the night went on, Tyler joined Janet and Mama Adwoa, sitting between them. He took Janet's hand in one of his and Mama Adwoa's in the other. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with emotion, "for trying to understand each other and for making this family stronger. Janet and Mama Adwoa smiled at Tyler and then at each other. They knew there would still be challenges ahead, but they were ready to face them together as a family. The stars shone brightly over the village, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always hope for a new beginning. As the night of the harvest festival drew to a close, the villagers slowly made their way back to their homes. Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa walked together under the blanket of stars, feeling a renewed sense of unity. The next morning, Tyler went to the fields early, leaving Janet and Mama Adwoa to share breakfast. They talked about the festival and laughed over memories of Tyler's childhood. After breakfast, Mama Adwoa had an idea. "Janet, how about we cook Tyler's favorite meal together tonight? I can show you some of his favorite recipes from when he was a child." Janet's eyes lit up. "I would love that, Mama Adwoa. Let's make it special." They spent the day preparing a feast. Mama Adwoa taught Janet how to make a special stew with spices and herbs that Tyler loved. They baked fresh bread and prepared sweet banana fritters for dessert. As they worked side by side, their bond grew stronger. That evening, when Tyler returned from the fields, he was greeted by the delicious aroma of the feast. He walked into the house and found Janet and Mama Adwoa setting the table together, both smiling. "This looks amazing," Tyler exclaimed, his mouth watering at the sight of the food. Janet grinned. "Mama Adwoa and I worked together to make your favorites. We wanted to surprise you." Tyler's heart swelled with gratitude. "Thank you, both of you. This means so much to me." They sat down to eat, and Tyler couldn't stop praising the food. It was the best meal he had ever had, not just because of the flavors, but because of the love and effort that had gone into making it. After dinner, they sat outside under the stars again. Mama Adwoa shared stories of Tyler's childhood, making Janet laugh with tales of his mischievous antics. Janet shared her dreams for the future, and Mama Adwoa listened with genuine interest. As the days turned into weeks, the bond between Janet and Mama Adwoa continued to strengthen. They became a team, supporting each other and working together to create a harmonious home. The villagers noticed the change and often commented on how happy and peaceful the family seemed. One day, Tyler came home with exciting news. "Janet, Mama, I've been offered a new piece of land to farm. It's larger and more fertile than our current fields. We can expand our crops and even start raising some animals." Janet and Mama Adwoa were thrilled. "That's wonderful news, Tyler," Janet exclaimed. "We can work together to make it a success." Mama Adwoa nodded. "I will help in any way I can." We are a team now. The family worked hard to prepare the new land. Tyler and Janet planted new crops, and Mama Adwoa helped with the animals. The farm flourished, and their hard work paid off with abundant harvests and healthy livestock. One evening, as they sat on their porch, watching the sun set over their thriving farm, Tyler felt a deep sense of contentment. "We have come a long way," he said, looking at Janet and Mama Adwoa. Janet smiled and took his hand. "Yes, we have. And we did it together." Mama Adwoa nodded, her eyes shining with pride. "I am grateful for both of you. Our family is stronger because of the love and understanding we have found." As the stars appeared in the sky, they knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, united by the bond they had forged. The seasons passed, and the farm continued to thrive. The village marveled at how well Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa worked together, turning their land into one of the most prosperous farms in the region. Their harmony had not only transformed their family, but had also become a beacon of hope for others facing similar struggles. One day, Tyler received a letter from the village chief. It invited him to a meeting to discuss the future development of the village. Tyler shared the news with Janet and Mama Adwoa, and they all felt excited about the opportunity to contribute to their community. At the meeting, the village chief announced plans to build a new school and a health clinic. He asked for volunteers and resources to help with the projects. Tyler eagerly volunteered, offering his time and some of their farm's produce to support the workers. Janet suggested they also donate part of their land to grow a community garden, which could provide fresh vegetables for the school and clinic. Mama Adwoa, ever wise and resourceful, proposed organizing a group of women to help teach the children traditional crafts and skills. The village chief was deeply impressed by their generosity and vision. "Your family has shown us what true unity and cooperation can achieve. We are grateful for your contributions." As the village came together to build the school and clinic, Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa worked tirelessly alongside their neighbors. The projects progressed smoothly, and the sense of community spirit grew stronger. On the day of the school's grand opening, the village gathered to celebrate. The children were excited to start learning in their new classrooms, and the adults were proud of what they had achieved together. During the celebration, the village chief stood up to speak. "Today, we celebrate not just the opening of our new school, but also the strength and unity of our community. I want to thank Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa for their leadership and generosity. They have shown us that by working together, we can create a better future for all." The crowd cheered, and Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They had come a long way from the days of conflict and tension. Their journey had not been easy, but their love, patience, and determination had transformed their lives and their village. As the sun set on the joyous celebration, Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa stood together, looking out over the vibrant community they had helped to build. The stars began to twinkle in the sky, reminding them of the promise of new beginnings and the power of unity. "We did it," Tyler said, his voice filled with pride. "Yes, we did," Janet replied, squeezing his hand. "And we will continue to do so," Mama Adwoa added, her eyes shining with wisdom and love. "As long as we stand together, there is nothing we cannot achieve." With hearts full of hope and gratitude, they walked home, ready to face whatever the future held. Their story had come full circle, a testament to the strength of family, the power of understanding, and the enduring spirit of community. As the village continued to prosper, Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa worked tirelessly on their farm. Their harmonious relationship set a positive example for everyone. One day, while tending to the fields, Tyler noticed a group of children playing nearby. He realized the village needed more spaces for kids to play and learn. He shared his thoughts with Janet and Mama Adwoa, who wholeheartedly agreed. The family decided to donate a part of their land for a community playground and a small learning center. They gathered the villagers to discuss their plan, and everyone supported the idea enthusiastically. Construction began, and the village united once again to bring the vision to life. The playground took shape with swings, slides, and a small football field, while the learning center was equipped with books and educational materials. On the day of the grand opening, the children's laughter filled the air. Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa stood together, proud of their contributions. The village chief addressed the crowd, praising the family for their continued dedication and generosity. "This playground and learning center are gifts that will benefit generations to come. Thank you, Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa, for your unwavering commitment to our community." The family beamed with pride as they watched the children play and learn. The bonds they had formed with the villagers were stronger than ever. As the sun set, Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa walked home, reflecting on their journey. They had faced challenges, but emerged stronger and more united. "Together, we have created something beautiful," Janet said, her voice filled with gratitude. Mama Adwoa nodded. "This is the true meaning of family and community." Tyler smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. As long as we stand together, our village will continue to thrive. Under the starlit sky, they knew their story had reached a meaningful conclusion. Their journey had transformed their lives and their village, proving that love, understanding, and cooperation could overcome any obstacle. Their legacy would live on in the hearts of the villagers and in the laughter of the children, echoing through the fields and hills of their beloved homeland. And so, with hope and unity guiding their path, Tyler, Janet, and Mama Adwoa looked forward to the future, knowing they had built a foundation of love and strength that would endure for generations to come.